continuation video of the algorithm of insertion sort, we had taken into consideration 6 values and we were trying to sort them. In the j is equal to 2th iteration, we had got this as the left sub array which was sorted, and we are now going to understand what happens when j is equal to 3. So when j is equal to 3, this sequence will remain it, and now simply unhighlighting. So now j is equal to 3. Here j is equal to 3 and key will be A3. I is equal to 2, and now while condition will look like 2 is greater than 0 and A2 greater than key which is A3. A2 looks like it is 6. Since this is true, we will be evaluating inside the while loop. So I plus 1 which is A3 will get the value of A2, which is A3 will be 6. A3 will be 6, and we are now going to place 6 in A3. Both of these A2 and A3 will be 6 inside first iteration of the while loop, and now I will get decremented. I will be 1, and again inside the while loop 1 is greater than 0 and A1 which is 5 is greater than 3. So A2 will get value of A1, which is A2 gets 5, and now we will place here 5. Since A1 is again 5 and A2 is again 5, we will now get into the next step and decrement I. I will be 0. We will get out of the while loop, and I plus 1 which is A1 now gets key, which is key is A3, key is 6. Key is 6. So A1 gets, oh sorry, I am doing a mistake here. Key was A3 and A3 was 3. So and A1 is getting 3 now. So this is 3. So now j equals to 3 has happened, and now j will be 4. J will be 4 and key will be A4, and so key now becomes A4 is 1 and I is equal to j minus 1, so I will be 3, and we will now get inside the while loop. While loop is 3 greater than 0 and A3 should be greater than key. So A3, which is A3 is 6, is greater than key, which is 1. So AI plus 1, which is A4, is equal to now A3. So A4, which is 1, A4, which is 1, is now getting the value of 6. So A4 now gets 6. This is simply a shifting operation, shifting till we get to the correct place with the conditions met in the while loop. So A4 now gets 6, and now we come inside the, so now we decrement I, and I now becomes 2, which is still greater than 0. And since I is still greater than 0, we will now get in remain inside the while loop while 2 is greater than 0 and A2, which is 5, greater than 1. A3 should be getting value of A2, and A3 is 6, so 5 gets here. A3 is equal to 5. And I now gets decremented. I now becomes 1. Since I is 1 greater than 0, so we will again evaluate the while loop. Now gets I1 greater than 0, and what is A1? A1 is 3. 3 is greater than key, which is 1. So we will now again shift A, what is I now? 1, which is, so I plus 1 is equal to 2. A2 is equal to A1. So A2 gets value of A1, which is 3. So A2 now gets 3, and I is again decremented. I is equal to 0. So AI plus, so now since the while loop condition is now false, so again we will go inside the while loop, and this will happen while 0 greater than 0, and what is A0? A0 is nothing. A0 is not present. Since both the conditions are false, we will get outside the while loop and we will come inside the for loop, and now AI plus 1, which is 1, now gets key, which is equal to 1. So now here I will place 1. So this is how our sorted subarray looks: 1, 3, 5 and 6. Similarly, you can also do for 5 and 6 index positions. The step will remain same.